Way back in 2023, when this channel was just an idea, I decided that I wanted to learn how to sail. I've since forgotten all about this footage that I took whilst on the trip, but now in 2025, I thought I really should make something of it, from the great trip that I did, and of the course. So here we are. For me, learning to sail meant starting with the basics, on a Competent Crew course which I chose to do through the company Sunsail. This course aims to teach you all the basics of sailing and to teach you the groundwork for becoming confident in your abilities, and should you wish it, to go on and do your sailing qualifications, those being day skipper, coastal skipper, yacht master, all that good stuff. Sunsail have many bases that you can do this from, and since I'm from the UK and I wanted to see what the sun looked like, I decided to go and do mine from Croatia near Split. Day one was all about getting into the marina and meeting the team, familiarising myself with the boat and waiting for my shipmates to arrive. It's 47 foot, I believe. It is 8 berth, 4 cabins, double cabin each. And I happen to be here on my own. Instructor showed up, showed me around the boat, ship, yacht, took me through the basics of the ship, boat, I'm going to call it boat from now on, and explained all the insides to me. And he's now gone away until later when the rest of the crew arrive, although I believe we're only waiting for one more person. I think it's quite a small trip, just 2 of us and the instructor, which would be quite nice. So let's have a quick look around. It's not a great deal, but let's have a little look around. So, here we've got a fridge, freezer, kitchen. They're all underneath these tabs, so that nothing moves around. We've got the front berths. So in here are 2 double rooms. They're all laid out for the other people. I'm not going in. Centre console area, which I'm currently using to charge kit and sort out stuff. There's quite a lot of sockets in here. So we've got the Mavic 3 Cine on charge. Looking forward to using that this trip. The camera on it is beautiful. This is quite a cool piece of kit. The stove here is on a gimbal. So you undo the latch there, and as the ship moves, boat moves, it will move with the waves, so it hopefully always stays flat-ish, so the food doesn't spit everywhere. And then we'll go into what will be my cabin. A little snug. Change camera hands. And then here we've got a 2 berth, 2 bed, windows. I've got 1, 2 currently covered over, another one above me. Right above here, and then the actual door doubles up as the bathroom door, which bathroom, the actual sink turns into the shower, and again more windows there, but they must be kept closed when we are at sea so that we don't actually have more water in the boat than outside. Apparently that's bad. So we'll go back through the boat. And what we'll do now is we'll show you up top. So like I said, we're currently still in port. So there's us and many others currently still in. We've got 2 wheels, quite a lot of seating area, and then the actual ship itself, boat. Looking forward to this one. All in all, this should be quite good fun. Looking forward to this. So we'll pick this up on day 2 on what was the first day of the course. So itinerary for today. Don't really know. Other than some theory work this morning. have much idea what happens after that. I believe we're going up the coast. I've been told that we're going to be doing a couple of nights in what's called Enquiries rather than marina. So at the moment I'm in the marina. That's where all the ships are all moored up in a line. In the Mediterranean they moor up differently than they do in the UK. In the UK we like to moor side by side or side to dock. In the Mediterranean they all line up stern to dock. I've learnt some words. Stern of the ship is the back. And it's called Mediterranean mooring, whereby we're actually lined in a stack, which is different. I haven't done it yet. I'm looking forward to trying it, see how it works out. Quite a small crew for this one. There's only 2 of us and the instructor, which means there's going to be quite a lot of work all round on quite a big boat, but it'll be good fun. It'll mean I won't have a lot of time to do anything else, but we'll see how we go. So yeah, I've been reading up on my basics. Hopefully it sticks in and it all works out. And we'll go from there. Bought my snorkeling kit. I forgot to bring my GoPro, annoyingly, so there's no underwater filming coming. But I have got the drone and the cameras, so it will at least look, or at least should get some really nice footage from that. So stay tuned and we'll go from there.
Okay, hold there.
Today, really good to go.
Right, we all set?
At least we weren't that way, but I was being marking there just on GPS. It's not what it
So, end of day 1, and it was busy. I didn't get time to film much whilst on the actual boat while we were doing the sailing, but we went through loads of stuff. We went through theory work, basics of on the ropes, or sheets as I've now learned some of them are called, halyards as some of the other ones are called now. We went over the sails, we raised the sails obviously and started sailing across the bay. We're now at a place called Milner for the evening. We've sailed pretty much across. And it was a lot of fun. I got to helm for quite a bit, sailing across. We were under power for a little bit. We came out into the bay from the first marina in Marina, practiced a few manoeuvres just so that we got an idea of how the boat handled, and then we got underway, sailing across the bay. I'm still learning the speed terms, but we got to about 7 knots, I think. Not sure if that's fast for a boat or not, but it felt pretty nice with the wind and the sails. Didn't have to use power for a very long time. We were sailing for pretty much most of it, which was really nice. And yeah, really a good day. We had theory work, so we went over points of sail, which is directions that the boat is facing in comparison to the wind. So your boat can point one way, but your sails can point another, and depending on which way the wind's coming, that's a different point of sail depending on where you are in terms of the wind. And went over overtaking. Who knew that boats have right of way? Different boats have right of way on the sea. And yes, now we're out in Milner. Going to go out for some food, eat with our captains, instructors, and just enjoy having a bit of a nice chilled day, chilled evening even. What else did we do? A lot of sailing, which is what I was here for, which is really good fun. I really enjoyed it. So yeah. As we got in the Milner, put the drone up as well. We came in. I didn't do the mooring up part. Jesus, I'm not ready for that. But the other chap with me, he is doing what's called the day skipper course, which is the one after what I'm doing. And he brought us in, and so he's doing the more advanced stuff that I will be doing next for the next course that I really want to do now that I've already done day 1 of Competent Crew. So yeah, we'll go back to the marina now and go from there. I know I say it a lot, but a hammock really is the best piece of kit you can take with you everywhere. This is my Eno lightweight hammock. I put it in my hand luggage to get here in Croatia. And this is perfect. Until someone walks on this path, obviously. I couldn't find 2 trees either side of the path. The only ones that are actually growing decently are the ones that are either side of the path. So I'm here until someone walks along and I have to move. But until then, I could stay and watch the sunset, but I've got a table reservation. So we'll stay here and watch the sun come down, then go eat. The next morning we planned a short trip across the channel to the town of Yelsa, via a cove for some anchor practice with myself and instructor Alex at the bow and Andrew with instructor Amy at the helm. This cove turned out to be rather interesting as it was previously a Yugoslavian naval dock and sub-pen, so I jumped in a dinghy and rowed over to take a look. Stop for lunch, and then this afternoon we're following the rest of his chart as we sail to wherever we're going for this evening. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but currently I'm inside the U-boat pen, which is now being used, as you can see, by local fishermen to store their boats. It's quite cool, so I've just rowed here using the little dinghy just to row around in, and in a moment I'll be rowing back to get some food, but I wanted to have a little look in here before I did. Oh, and as part of the competent crew qualification, you have to prove that you can row as well, so that got signed off whilst I was exploring. After my little excursion and some lunch, we then headed over to our base for the night, the town of Yelsa, where Andrew continued on his Mediterranean mooring practice and got us to the dock for the evening, where we could settle down and relax for the end of the day. End of day 2. Andrew has just brought us into the port of Jelsa, or Yelsa, I don't think they pronounce the J's over in Croatia. And we're here for the evening. So we've moored up, it's food, we're going out about an hour or so, so I'm going to go out for a walk and explore the area a little bit before we go. So that's it. That is day 2 over and done with. Been out, food, got a plan for tomorrow, which I'll put in the next part of the video. So for now, it's time to go to bed and get ready for tomorrow. See you later. Day 3 in Croatia. I've gotten up early this morning and got off the boat to go and film a church in the town that I wanted to go and do. Now that's done, today's plan. The instructors, Amy and Alex, are taking us out today in the boat. They're doing the first bit because tonight we're doing a night sail. I have no idea what that entails, other than the fact that it's going to be quite difficult apparently, I'm assuming because there's no light. So we're navigating via buoys, charts, and instruments, I think. We'll find out as we go along. That sounds good fun, but apparently it's very tiring, so we'll see how that goes later. First of all though, we're going to anchor up in a bay somewhere for a late lunch or something like that. Bit of swimming, bit of exploring, and then rest before we start doing a night sail, which I think will take us through to the early hours of the morning. So that'll be interesting. So let's see how we go. Once we were out of Yelsa, it was time to put the sails up again. So forward I went with instructor Alex, and by this point I was starting to get the hang of it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I think I even managed to impress the instructors.
Good skills, Craig.
And Alex even tried flattery.
Craig's a very muscular man,
Yeah.
but we need to add a touch of tension to that height.
Anyway, once the sail had been pulled taut and the halyard under tension and everything made safe, we made our way back and got on with the rest of it.
Ah.
Once that was sorted, we headed to our cove for the afternoon. It wasn't to anchor, in fact it was to practice mooring up to a buoy and for me to get my first try at reversing to a dock. Or in this case a buoy. So after a demonstration by Amy, it was time for Muggins here to have a go. and after a few attempts I was beginning to get the hang of it, which felt great. Also, a bit of foreshadowing, as in 2024 I went on to do my day skipper in the UK, and then my coastal skipper exam in the Med, so I ended up doing med mooring every day then. Once we finished practicing, it was time to chill in preparation for the night sail. Well, that was all of us except for the captain, who was down below working out his passage plan for the evening. Since that didn't concern me, I grabbed my hammock and went for a snooze at the bow. Told you, hammocks are brilliant. That evening, once the sun had set, we began our night sail. I say sail, but it wasn't the motor, as it was safer. Following the course that Andrew had planned, we made it around the island, stopping every now and then for him to confirm his bearings with his compass, as the GPS had been covered over as part of his test. For my part, I was doing as instructed around deck and on the helm when needed. Once we made it to our destination, I then went forward to anchor. Once we were all satisfied that we weren't going to drag anywhere in the night, it was time for some sleep, as tomorrow we were practicing man overboard drills. So we've reached day 5. Day 5 begins in the cove that we've navigated to last night when it was pitch black. We arrived facing the bay. We've woke up this morning and we're now facing the other way because the wind has changed during the night and the boat has swung round. Today's plan is to start with some theory work. So we're covering the engine bay. The engine is below, the companionway steps here. We're going to be going over the theory behind it, looking after it, stuff like that. Then we're going to do theory work and practical on knots. We're going to do 6 different types of knot this morning and cover their uses and why you would not use one over the other and stuff like that. And then we're going to be doing man overboard. So, first we do the theory work, which includes man overboard, the actions that you would do on the boat, and then a bit more theory work on what would happen if the Coast Guard got involved, helicopter rescue, stuff like that, how to position the boat, what everyone's role's going to be, and all that kind of stuff. Once on the theory work of man overboard, we're actually going to use a fender, that's the sausage kind of things that go on the side of the boat. We're going to throw that over the side, and we're going to be practicing man overboard and recovering that time and time again. Me and Andrew are both going to be taking it in turns, doing the captaincy for that, which will be good fun. A little bit apprehensive, but we'll see how it goes. At least it's not a real person, so worst comes to worst, I might just run over a boy, that fender, but we'll see how it goes.
The damn boy in the horseshoe, please.
Set.
Get ready to throw out my word. Right, can you get the bolt hold ready? But don't go to the shroud yet. Oh, too far that way, sorry.
Okay, Andrew, do you get the boat pole ready? Swimming to us. The wind I was relying on is gone. Once we'd done that a fair few more times to get it right and competent, it was time to get underway to tonight's mooring. This was a nice little restaurant with an awesome cat that we literally moored right up next to and used a tender to get across to. This was also the last evening of the course, so we all sat down together to reflect on our week and enjoy our evening. We've reached day 6, it's the last day of the course, and today's plan is pretty simple. Get from where we are back to home base, via a small quayside to go and practice some reverse parking practice beforehand so that we can then do it for real at the marina at home base when we get back. So after slipping the lines using the tender and raising the sails, we began our trip homeward. Once we got to the little dock, we stopped to do a bit of reversing practice, and for me this was the first time without a buoy, and I was really pleased how it went. After a few practices at it, we were back underway and homeward bound for the marina in Marina. Once we'd moored back up and secured our vessel in Marina to the quayside, the instructors Alex and Amy went below to confer to see if we'd done enough to pass. And thankfully, I had passed the Competent Crew qualification and Andrew had passed his day skipper. So congratulations all round and a celebratory drink to end it all on. I had one more day left in Croatia, so I spent it exploring the town of Split, walking around the places used to film Game of Thrones and other various historical sites before catching the plane home the following day. This trip really started the snowball of my interest in sailing. I say snowball, avalanche would be more fitting. In the 18 months since this course, I have now qualified as a day skipper, and then my coastal skipper afterwards, completed my theory exam for yacht master, helped sail tall ships, qualified on power boats, and I'm well on my way to getting the experience required to sit my yacht master practical exam, hopefully this year, if not in 2026. Oh, and I'm also sitting my marine engineering courses next month. So a big thank you to Alex and Amy for helping me begin this journey in what is quite possibly the best experiences I have ever had. And as Jack Sparrow once said,
"It's not just a keel and a hole and a deck and sails, that's what a ship needs. But what a ship is, what the Black Pearl really is freedom."
And finally, a big thank you to you for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider liking the video, commenting below, or subscribing to the channel. All of your interaction really does go a long way to help a small channel like mine grow. So as always, thank you for watching, fair winds, and we'll see you again on the next one. Goodbye. So how to end it? Well, I'm not turning this into a cooking channel, but I've had a Frenchman this week cook me crisps and eggs. Something I'd never thought would go together, and something that I never thought I'd actually eat. And it tasted pretty good. So I'm going to give it a go. It's not difficult to follow. I've got crisps, and I've got eggs, and some milk. So I shouldn't, be able to mess this up. But I was reliably told that the most important part is leaving the crisps to soak in the egg milk combination so that they can soak up and become soft within it, so they don't become a crunchy crisps, but they become a soft crisps. God, they're greasy. There we have it. As Alex would say, bon appetit.